In the history of exploration, you always have several phases. You have the ultimate mission, like for space travel, it was the moon. For deep sea exploration, it was the Mariana Trench, which was the deepest spot on Earth. But before that, you have milestones. For space travel, you have Gagarin, which is the first man to space. And in undersea exploration, there was the dive of the Trieste with my father and my grandfather together in 1953. That was the first time that people could go to the absolute bottom of the sea.
Down, down dropped the Trieste, into worlds never before seen. Down 7 miles to the bottom, where man for the first time looked out into the deepest depths of the ocean.
My grandfather in 1931 made the first ever stratospheric flight. The first man actually to see the curvature of the Earth with his own eyes. And for this he invented the pressurized cabin that is now used everywhere for space travel and suspended it under a stratospheric balloon. And it was a huge success, but he thought that he could use the same system to explore the undersea. So he built the bathyscaphe with the same principle, a pressurized sphere and a float. The float was not filled with hydrogen or helium, it was filled up with gasoline, which was lighter than air. And he could go down with the weight, drop ballast to come back up. And it was absolutely incredible because it was a small team who was achieving more than all the big military specialists of huge countries like America or Russia at the time. So it was a story that is absolutely unique in the world of exploration. They said there is no limit anymore. Science can push explorers to the limit and beyond the limit, because in those times nobody thought it was possible to go to space, to go to the bottom of the oceans, even to go on the top of the Everest. My grandfather always liked scientific instruments, binoculars, watches, cameras, everything that has to do with technology. And of course, he had a watch on the wrist, but it was interesting to have a watch outside the bathyscaphe, one that could resist to the same depth, the same pressure than the people inside the sphere. After the dive to 3,150 meters, there was the dive to the Mariana Trench, and there was also a watch outside. But this watch is now at the Smithsonian Museum in Washington, and it will never get out of the museum. The only watch that really represents the dive of the bathyscaphe is this one, is the Sea Special No.1 from 1953. You know, you have two types of people. You have the type of people who are happy with the limitations they have, with their certitudes, with their safety, and they don't take any risk to do better. And then you have the pioneers. The pioneers and the explorers, they want to change what they see because they think they can do better. And this pioneering spirit, you have it in technology, for submarines, for watches, for cars, for airplanes later on. And I think this made the huge progress of humankind.